First event on the track, always in the finals, men's mile, the NCAA meet record held by Cole Hawker, who was on the U.S. team running in Glasgow last week. And first we're looking at Colin Solomon from Northern Arizona. He anchored their DMR last night that came in 11th. They did not score points.
He is big, certainly, to get points for their team hopes. And then Luke Hauser, the reigning champion, one of two University of Washington athletes that you have in this field. And then Parvez Khan, the SEC champion freshman from the University of Florida, got into this final with a phenomenal closing kick to advance. That is something that has become his signature. This is one of the toughest mile fields that we have seen.
And huge team implications here with Northern Arizona and Florida. Khan really introduced himself to the country the way he won the SEC mile title 2 weeks ago in Fayetteville. There are your competitors. There are 10 in total. 8 will score. And they will cut to the pole after they finish the second full turn.
That's Adam Spencer from Wisconsin going straight to the front, getting out of the way there of Joe Wascom. You see Hauser and Wascom there in second and third. Spencer comes into this meet extremely fit and sharp, won the mile, the Indoor Big Ten Championships for the second straight season. He was also the fastest in qualifying, but you can never count out University of Washington at these middle distance events, the 1500 and the mile. It's been 2 years since the last non-Washington runner in that mile 1500 between the indoor and outdoor season. You'd have to go back 2 years ago to Mario Garcia Romo of Ole Miss, 62 seconds for that first 400. And Dwight, that's what we've seen. This has shaped up in the last few years to be a very tactical race.
And you can tell that by how tightly bunched the group is. Parvez Khan staying out of trouble, but running extra distance out there in lane 2, but at least he's not at the back of the pack where you normally see him for the first half of the race.
And that is something that I talked earlier today with Will Palmer about. That was his message to Parvez, because this is his first ever NCAA indoor appearance, first ever NCAA appearance outright. So he wanted him to stay out of trouble and run how he's comfortable. He really does not rattle easily, but he just hasn't been in these types of situations before. He is, however, the record holder, the Indian national record holder in the mile, now going out really wide. They are 5 and 6 wide as they go into that turn.
So things not really picking up much. Adam Spencer of Wisconsin, the junior from Melbourne, Australia, continuing to lead until just that moment, as I was saying it. Washington a little sick of the pace being so slow. It was a 66-second 400 that they threw in there.
That's why you saw Luke Hauser make that big move up to the front. He was the fastest collegian this season on all tracks, all-time list, number 4th overall. Now you see a big surge on the outside. That is Colin Solomon getting right up into the thick of things. Ethan Strand of UNC in threatening position as well. This is anyone's race. It's all going to be about who plays it tactically, who evades any sort of trouble, because what we've seen in a lot of these middle distance races, it's like a roller derby out there in qualifying. So you got to avoid the contact and be able to make a definitive move. There you see Spencer, Solomon getting caught up in it.
This slower pace is playing right into the Florida freshman's hands. Parvez Khan has a wicked kick over the last 200 meters for certain as they go through in about 3:08. So there's a lot of run left in a lot of these athletes. They at least tuned it up to a 58-second 400 meters. And there's Khan. You can see him out in lane 3 trying to get in position, but Solomon sort of cuts him off. And for UNC, that's Ethan Strand now right on Hauser's shoulder as they're going to come up to the bell in a moment. This is anybody's race.
And all these guys have phenomenal closing kicks too. That's the thing. They all had to run so fast to get into this field. Anyone can do it.
Hauser maintains the lead with Strand trying to make a move. Parvez Khan getting cut off by Solomon. He's all the way out in lane 3. He's going to have to go wide on the turn. He may have left it too late this time. It worked for him in qualifying yesterday. It worked for him winning in the SEC. And he's going to be out of it here. Hauser's going to win it, followed by Spencer. And was that Wascom that came up for third? Hauser wins at 4:01.72. The time is immaterial. 54.27 for a last 400 meters for the senior from Woodinville, Washington. He defends his title. He successfully repeats here in Boston.
Here is some of that traffic that you saw. Ethan Strand got caught up in it. It was Gary Martin who went down of Virginia. So unfortunate because he looked awesome coming into the final. And then here is that closing kick. All of that experience of Luke Hauser playing into his favor. Eyes stride up as he brings it home, fending off a great late charge from Adam Spencer. The University of Washington mid-distance domination continues in the men's mile.
There are the official results. Note that in 6th and 7th, Northern Arizona and Florida, only 3 points and 2 points. So not really much of a change between those two teams, but the now two-time champion is downstairs with John.
Thank you, Dwight. Luke Hauser, the W's for Washington or for win. It seems like winning one would be hard. Two seems twice as hard. How is it you got it done?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not easy the second time around. Still have to put in the same work week in and week out. So, you know, I knew what it took to win. And so, you know, every day I showed up to practice with that champion mentality, put in the work all year to get to this point.
And how'd this play out for you? Because you were right, there where you need to be the whole time, but that's a group of sharks.
Yeah, I mean, I took the lead early just because I knew positioning is so important, and I was getting challenged every lap. Someone was coming up on my shoulder, but just had to keep fighting to hold them off, and was able to just get all the way home. Yeah.
Congratulations, another mile title for the guys in Washington. Good job by you, Luke Hauser.
Thank you.